Welcome back, guys, to episode 2 of the Transformed podcast. Since last week's was a bit of a downer to say the least, we're going to be talking about Among Us strategies today. Just to give a bit of a break from the serious topic. And I am again featuring my guest, TheGamingPup.
Hello.
And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, for this video I'm going to be breaking down the strats into 3 categories: crewmate, imposter, and both. We're gonna be starting with crewmate. Is that alright with you?
Yep, that is completely alright.
And remember to ask any questions if you need clarification on anything.
Yep.
Okay.
I do have at least some knowledge in Among Us, but not a lot.
Yeah. It is widely called a dead game, even though it is still really fun. Especially
I
when
wouldn't
you're
say
playing
it's that
with
dead,
friends.
honestly.
Yeah, but even the people playing it call it a dead game. Which makes me sad, because it's a good game. It actually gives me social interaction. So, the first crewmate strategy is the task speedrun, which is also known as a task Andy. Basically, you do your tasks as fast as you can, and then have nothing to do for the rest of the game or if you die. I'm not a huge fan of this one just because, one, a lot of task interfaces on the Switch are difficult, and two, it gets really boring if you die. But, yeah. That is the one that most people value in the other crewmates, because you can get a task win even though they're really boring. The second strategy is detective. You run around trying to catch the imposters, find the dead bodies. There are a few subcategories of detective. There's camping cams, where you just watch the cameras for the entire game. An admin Andy, where you just watch where people are. And then camping vitals, where you just wait to see when someone dies and then either find the body or call a button. The second type is you watch people do their tasks and see if it adds up or not. This is a riskier one because there's a margin for error. I have learned this the hard way. Sometimes you falsely accuse a crewmate. It's not the best idea. And then the third one is the body finder. You just go searching for bodies and keep track of everyone you see everywhere. This is the most successful form of detective, but it's also the one that puts your life on the line the most, because you're going into all the nooks and crannies that are great kill spots. Is all this making sense so far?
Yep.
Okay. So now we're moving on to the imposter strats. There's playing crew, which the biggest one is faking tasks. Now you do not want to do this if the taskbar updates are set to always. Only do this when they're set to meetings or never. It is too easy to get caught otherwise. And a good one to do, if you are doing the fake tasks, is med scanning alone in the dark and just walk off as someone is approaching. sometimes you'll get sussed for it, but other times they'll just think, oh, that person's definitely crew. So, it's pretty good. Another good one is to fake detective, where you do any of the other strats, but you either try to get vouches by doing this, or are secretly killing and then self-reporting in the nooks and crannies. That's better to do on a map that doesn't have vitals, so people can't, like, know when the body dies. So, it's better done on Skeld and Mira, not Airship or Polis. The third is Go for Gary. This is OP in Mira, and I love it. You basically just hop around in vents and kill and then vent somewhere else, or just wait in the vent until the round is over. Just make sure to go to a different vent whenever someone gets too close to it, because they might be cleaning the vent and catch ya. Because they can pull you out of vents now. Making sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Now my
Didn't realize they could actually pull you out of vents.
Yeah, it's in the latest update. I haven't had it happen yet on either side of it, but I so want to have it happen on the crewmate side of it. So long as their kill cooldown isn't up. That would be very, very bad if it was ready to be killed. But, my personal favorite imposter strat is the marination strategy. You basically stick around someone a lot so they really trust you and vouch for you. Let your teammate do all the work for at least until they get caught if they do. And then ride that crewmate right to the finish, because they'll never want to vote you out. They'll trust you. You could have killed them in storage. You know? It's a really good strategy. And I have milked that so much, and it is so much fun, and your friends will never trust you again. And now, the last imposter strat can be done alongside any of these, and it's basically you play the meetings. If you see a crewmate do something a little sus, you wait till someone else susses them out. This is important. And then you just add in your little tidbit. Just subtly add a bit of sus until they get voted off. And you do this until you win. It is always fun to vote off crewmates when you're imposter. So, all that making sense so far? Okay. Now the strats for both. There's one that I like to call the shadow strat. Now, this is similar to the marination strat, but different in a few key ways. You can do it as crewmate, where you just follow someone around. It also doubles as a sort of detective-y, but very, focused on one individual. And, as imposter, you can also shadow other imposters to vouch for them and try and get them clear. So, it's not role exclusive on either side. And sometimes you try to shadow an imposter and end up dead in storage, but that's just a risk you'll have to take to be the bodyguard. And the final strat, which I love, is silence. You just don't say anything in any of the meetings, wait till last second to vote so they think you're AFK, or even just don't vote at all. And they won't notice you. You won't want to wait till last second if everyone else has voted and they're waiting on you, because then it draws a lot of attention to you, which is exactly what you don't want. But, yeah, just don't say anything, observe the information. This does work best in like randoms lobbies where it isn't voice chat, because they're not gonna keep track of what color said what, or what color hasn't said anything. It's just a fun little strategy.
Though you have some who are going to pay attention.
Yeah, and at that, you just have to give up the silent strat and just say, oh, sorry, I was just listening in, I didn't really have anything to add. Stuff like that. My list of strats was short. Well, that's just the behavior strats. I just remembered there's a whole other level of gaming. So, there's even...
I was about to say, if that's it, this is going to be a short podcast.
I mean, this is going to be short either way, but there is an added level, and this happens before the game even starts. There is strategy in picking what color you play as. Now, you don't want to go for red, because it is, in the memes and in the advertising, very commonly portrayed as the imposter, so many people have this subconscious idea that red is imposter more. Red is sus more.
Though, I've never seen anyone use, like, color strats.
Yeah, that's because I'm pretty sure I'm the one that thought of it. I have never seen it used by anyone else. Someone else might have thought of it and I just haven't come across it. But yeah, this is just my own personal experience at this point.
I've never seen anyone use the color strategy.
I like to keep this on the down low, but I mean, why not share it here, right? How many people are really gonna see this video? Hopefully a lot.
Depends. It depends on the right tags you use as well.
Yeah. I'm learning how to use tags. But
They're not that complicated.
yeah, but the order matters. I didn't realize the order matters.
Yes, the order does matter.
My scatterbrain is not accustomed to order mattering.
Well,
anyway, we're a little off topic. I like to call the AntiRed Bias McCarthyism, because that was a term used in the Red Scare, because there was this senator that would accuse people without any basis of being communists during the Red Scare, and his name was McCarthy. So McCarthyism, and since it's a bias against red, and I saw it in a Tumblr post, I'm not even gonna lie, I did not come up with that. I like that term. But yeah.
but eventually it was found out that he was lying himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was I'll admit I've never heard of a good McCarthy in politics. I
don't think there has been one. Or if there has been, it's... I have no idea.
They haven't gotten their name out there. Anyway. So yeah, you don't want to play as red. That is the number one tip.
If anyone's going by the color strat.
Yeah. Oh, this is even subconscious. You just don't want to be red. Trust me, you will get sussed more. I cannot count the amount of times people have said red sus when red literally scanned in front of half the lobby and they still got voted. Don't play as red. Now, there is a double-edged sword with colors that are similar to each other. Like, the two greens, the two blues, dark blue, dark green, and purple, and black, and brown. Those are all, sort of similar. They're darker colors. Yellow, pink, orange, you know, the brighter colors, stuff. there is a strat to being colors that are similar to others, but it's a double-edged sword. If you're an imposter and you get seen, there's a chance that A, they'll either remember the wrong color, or B, you'll be able to convince them they remember the wrong color. But on the other side, if you're crewmate and you're a similar color to the imposters, well, it might get thrown on you. So it is a bit of a double-edged sword, so you just want to be prepared to talk your way out of it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, but that's only if you can actually persuade anyone.
Yeah, you gotta have the charisma and the talking strats for public lobbies to be able to pull that off.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's charisma. It's more so persuasion.
And persuasion has a lot to do with charisma. Who are you more likely to listen to? Someone that's charismatic, or someone that's a jerk but raises good points? You're less likely to see the good points from the jerk. You know?
Well, if I didn't know he was a jerk.
Yeah, but if he's just saying, you fucking idiot, you moron, how did you not see this, or what are you thinking, you know, they're visibly a jerk and you don't really want to listen to them, you know? You gotta, this is a separate strat, but be charismatic. Be someone that people want to listen to in the lobbies.
I mean, that's more so a tip than anything.
Yeah. Yes, it also falls under manipulation, but the game is about manipulation.
Because even the imposters can be charismatic.
Manipulation is basically the name of the game. You gotta manipulate to be that 9,000 IQ in Among Us, you know? But, yeah. That's about it for color strats. Now, there are strategies when picking skins. So, say you, have access to the skins. There's this orange skin. So, you want to play as a color that's similar to orange, but isn't orange. Put on that orange skin and an orange hat, and if you're imposter, just say, "Are you sure you didn't see orange?" if you get called out. Because if you're, say, yellow, and you're wearing all orange, they might doubt themselves. They might say, "Oh yeah, that could be." And voila, you get orange out. Potentially. It's not foolproof. None of these things are foolproof. Everyone has a lose rate. But, yeah. There are ways to strategically use skins and hats. Now, what you don't want to do is use a pet. They trail behind you when you're hopping an event, so if you're having a close call and you don't have a pet, you could very easily get off scot-free. But if you do have a pet, they might see that pet hop in after you and know that it's someone with that pet and narrow it down to you. So, I know they're cute, but they're a bad idea. Same with rounding corners, all that stuff.
Well, I mean, pets are only a bad idea if you're an imposter.
Yeah, but you don't have control over whether you're an imposter in any given game.
I know.
And yes, there is a bit of an advantage where they stay at the site of your death, so if they don't find your body, they might find your pet and know where you died, but I have literally never seen that brought up in a public lobby. It just doesn't happen. That's a bit too big brain to expect in public lobbies. And it just doesn't outweigh the negatives of how many times they could get you caught. I have seen in big YouTubers' videos that their pets have gotten them caught. So, just, I know they're cute, but don't use the pets. They aren't worth the money for getting caught. So, yeah, I think that's about it for the character customization strats. Any questions on that? Anything you'd like to bring up?
No, but even character strats, I don't think I've actually seen anyone use those either.
Most people don't take it this seriously. I had a good 3 months where I hyperfixated on this and worked out every strat I could think of. And these are just the ones I remember from back then. I'm sure there were more. But, yeah. I thought of things that most people don't because why would they? Who has the time? Me, obviously. So,
I know it's off topic, but I'll ask that afterwards.
I'll ask it
Once this
now.
podcast's done.
Ask it now. Chances are we'll probably forget by later.
Most likely wouldn't forget, but does have to be in order. What do you mean by that?
Pardon? I couldn't hear ya.
When you put tags for videos, what do you mean by they have to be in order?
YouTube
Hello?
prioritizes them by which ones you put first. So you need to put them in the order of importance. I literally just found this out like an hour ago. And I'm just here like, well, I've been doing this wrong. But yeah. You need to,
Okay, then I've been doing it right, so it's all good.
like, for me, I tag them in a sequence. Like, I'll tag Pokemon, Pokemon Ultra Moon, Pokemon Shiny Hunt, Ultra Moon, Shiny Hunt, Ultra Moon, stuff like that. Just a train of thought. But YouTube doesn't want that. They want you to triage. And my brain is not good at triage. As you can probably tell by how scattered my thoughts are.
Well, I mean, I've been doing it right, so then I'm all good.
I need to figure out how to do it right. Good thing I only tag them a few days before they go up. Because it is tiring to tag them. Anyway. Now, this next set of strats is only good if you're the one hosting the lobby. Find your settings, stick to your guns. People will ask you to change your settings. Do not. Find your settings that you like and stick with them, 'cause you know exactly how to play within your settings. It gives you that advantage. So for me, I like to have confirm eject off, anonymous voting on, speed 1.5, crew vision 0.5, imposter vision 2, taskbar updates meetings, visual tasks off, all that. Like, I don't put the vision all the way down to 0.25 like the pros, because then no one would play with me. But I keep it low enough that lights off actually does something. You know?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play on easy mode, you can make your own lobby. If you're joining a lobby, you abide the rules of the lobby.
Yeah.
And I know this is controversial, but if you're joining, for example, an English lobby, it is important to be speaking English, because then no one will understand you if you don't, and no one will know what you're trying to say. It's for your own benefit, really. I don't join Spanish lobbies and expect them to speak English. It's for your own fun that you search for lobbies in the language you're looking to speak. I know this isn't always ideal. I wish I had a perfect solution. But, yeah. Just a little something. Because I've seen people get voted off systematically the moment the emergency cooldown is up, just to get them out, which I don't agree with, and I feel bad for them, but I also don't understand a word of what they're saying. For all I know, they could be admitting to being imposter, and I'm none the wiser, you know? It's just...
Yep.
I feel like a jerk for it, but... I mean, I'm not gonna go to Japan and then expect everyone to speak English, you know? I'm gonna learn Japanese before I go to Japan. It's like asking directions. You kinda need to ask directions in the language that people speak there, or no one's gonna understand you. Even just learning the basics. Like colors, vent, the locations. Even that should get you by. Anyway, moving on. Sabotages. There are definitely better sabotages than other. I never call comms unless I'm specifically trying to keep people from calling a button. 'Cause I don't know how to fix that. Most people don't know how to fix that, judging by how long it goes unfixed. It's just a pain in the butt. So, if you're 1 kill away, then yeah, call comms. But the rest of the time, I suggest calling lights. You can kill in a crowd of people and get away with it if the lights are off and the vision is low enough. It is amazing. And if someone's shadow stratting you as an imposter, you can call lights and lose them, get a kill, and then meet up with them. And there you go, free marination. It's just a good one to call. Another good one is reactor, or in Polus it's called seismic, and in Airship it's called crash course or gap room or whatever. It's reactor. Everyone calls it reactor. So, those are good if you're, like, trying to split people up, or if you're on 3, it's a good one to call, because you gotta fix it from 2 locations. One person's gonna stay at the button. You can just get a free kill. Plus, it has a chance to just end the game if the crewmates don't fix it in time. It very rarely happens. I've only won via that 4 times. I have a good couple hundred imposter wins, I think. No, well, couple hundred on the Switch, or 100 on the Switch. Probably another 100 on the phone. So yeah, a couple hundred. I've only ever had 4 wins from that. Don't count on that to be a win. That's like YouTube title kind of stuff. It doesn't happen. So yeah, call lights. Now, there are definitely oh wait, first, any questions, anything you want to bring up?
Nope.
Okay. So there are definitely people that you want to kill first as imposter. Anyone that's med scanned or done any other visual task, if you're in a lobby that does those are people you want gone, because they are hard cleared. You're never going to win a 50-50 against them. They did. Next, you want to kill the people who have been soft cleared, that don't have any sus on them. Keep the sus ones alive. You want to keep it a war in the chat so that no one knows what's going on and you have a better chance of making it out alive. So, that's about all when it comes to triaging your kills. Any questions there?
I do not have any questions.
Alright. So next we'll do kill locations. We'll break it up by map. First we'll do Skeld. Good kill location, comms. It is the best kill location I have ever seen. Hardly anyone ever goes in there, so it's a rare one. It's a real juicy treat. But, again, hardly anyone ever goes in there. That body's not being found for a while. Another good one is the top of cafeteria. There are, no tasks in the top middle. So again, hard to find someone there, but such a juicy kill, and I recommend taking it. Other than that, there aren't really any great kill locations, but there are definitely ones you want to avoid. Do not kill in storage. Don't. It has 3 hallways attached to it. It is going to be found so fast. Same with the hallway between Nav, O2, weapons, and shields. It's gonna be found so fast. Plus, there's a camera there, so there's a chance you'll have gotten caught with that. Don't do it. Pick isolated kill locations that aren't in hallways, like, the nooks and crannies in the engine rooms. And stuff like that. Those are also good kill locations, but they're also a bit risky, because people could see you coming from there, check. Because it's a bit of a blind corner as an imposter. You can't really see that far if someone's coming. So it's risky, but it's so juicy. I can never pass it up. And again, it's not very common, because the juicy ones are the ones people don't go too much. So that's about it for the Skeld ones. Mira, you don't want to do Launchpad right at the start of the game, because everyone knows who left first and who left last. You're gonna get sussed easy unless you, vented back there after leaving first. Then you might be able to get away with it, but it's still risky. I wouldn't recommend it. But there's a task that requires people to go back to Launchpad later in the game. So if you see someone doing that task at the beginning, go there next round, see if they show up, and kill them there. Because hardly anyone goes to Launchpad after the first round. Better yet, kill them in the hallway between Launchpad and Med, because then there's no blip. No one will see, oh, that person's been in Launchpad for a while on admin, and then go check and find the dead body. It's a great spot to kill. But it's also a bit risky if someone calls O2, because there is the keypad there. But if someone calls O2, they might just check Launchpad anyway, so... Just don't call O2 if you killed someone in the general vicinity. Don't call any sabotage if you killed someone in that general facility. Call a different sabotage. You don't want to lure the crewmates to the bodies.
No, you do not, and then you're found out.
Yeah. You want to get as many kills per round as you can. to create as little information between rounds as you can. Because the more people are dead, the fewer people that can tell their info. If someone sees you being sus, but they're dead by the time there's a meeting, well then, as far as anyone else is concerned, you weren't sus.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just... try to avoid meetings.
Yep.
Unless you're doing one of those big brain strats where you're trying to get the crewmates to kill more crewmates than the imposters, but that's better done if you're, like, in a voice chat with people you know. Don't do that in a random lobby. You're just gonna get voted immediately. That's more of a troll strat. Okay, back to killing locations. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Oh, you're all good.
Another good one on Mira is behind the satellite on asteroids, because you can't really see the body there. You have to get the report button, and not many people really go down to balcony, so it's juicy.
Mm-hmm.
And my personal favorite is storage. Because there's only one task that has you actually go inside storage. I think only like 1 or 2 people get that task per game. That body ain't getting found.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the blip shows up on cafeteria, but I could be wrong. So, if it does, well then no one's gonna be like, oh, that person's been in storage a while, I should see if they're actually a dead person.
Mm-hmm.
And the last really good kill spot on Mira, which is so rare, because no one ever goes there, is the far left side of Greenhouse. There are no really tasks there. Like, there's one divert power, but even then, it doesn't really go far left. Like, we're talking upper far left. The only time people would really go there would be to, like, I don't know, O2? I think there might be a leaf cleaning task, but it doesn't happen often.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are the juicy spots on Mira. I'm gonna do a quick hydro check before I continue, because my throat is dying. Okay. Moving on to Polis. Number 1. You don't want to do this at the beginning of the game, because, again, everyone knows who left first and who left last. But dropship. If you see someone going up there for any reason, you follow and you slice.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, storage. There's gas canisters in there, so there will usually be 1 or 2 people going in there per round, depending on how many people are in the lobby and how many people actually do their tasks. And how many rounds there are, because if there are too many rounds, then yeah, people are going to stop going into storage. But it's a juicy kill. You just slice in there, close the doors, vent out. Usually people will be too lazy to open the doors and do their task that round, so they'll wait till next round or until the doors get opened by someone else. And the body can sit there for a while. It's really cool. And the last one is the seismic locations. Now, you don't want to do that after sabotage has been called, because people will check the sides for kills. But if you see someone going up there for some reason, maybe they're going AFK and are trying not to get killed or something like that, yeah, rain on their parade. Follow them and slice them. It's too juicy. And then, of course, there is specimen. There are 2 exits, so if you see someone coming in, say bottom, after you kill, you can just run back up, duck around, and go towards the top. And by the time you even possibly encounter someone there, the body will probably be reported, and you'll usually get away with it. And if all else fails, if the vision is low enough, hide down below the table. No one's gonna look there.
Not usually, but sometimes.
Yeah, but it's your best bet if you're surrounded. It is. So... Oh, and there's one more really juicy spot that I can think of off the top of my head. The water wheels next to admin. It's outside, so there's no blip. And hardly anyone goes down there, because there's only one task down there. But there is a vent down there, and they don't really want to go there. Some pretty juicy locations that aren't like to die for are comms and weapons, because they're similar to storage but with a bit more traffic. Like, you can kill in there and close the doors, but there's no vent in there to get out, so that's a point off of it. And again, there's more traffic, so more likely the body will be discovered. But they're still pretty juicy. They can pass if you are running out of ideas. Oh, and rocket, also known as drill. That's a good one too. Just kill that, close the door. That body ain't getting found for a while. And I think that's about it for the kill location strats on Polis. Any questions there?
I do not have any.
Alright then. So we're moving on to Airship, the mother of all maps. Everyone's nightmare.
Just out of curiosity, how much more is there? I'm just thinking about, like, time for me. Time for me is different from you.
I'll probably be a couple minutes here and then just run through possibly task triaging as crewmate if you think that could be useful.
Okay.
How much time do you have? Like, do you need to go soon? I can cut this short real easy.
I mean, I don't need to go, but
Getting tired?
I mean, it's 3:27 in the morning for me.
Yeah, I'll just cut this here, and I might do a follow-up in one of my Among Us videos for task triage. Because that is a whole other can of worms. So, best kill locations on Airship. The safe in cargo, real good. Deep in vault, that's a pretty good one. I don't see many people going in there. Pretty safe. Dark room in main hall, so good. Crewmates already have like no visibility in there. It's awesome. Kill in dark room whenever you can. Actually, really any of the small little rooms in main hall. They both have such little traffic that those bodies aren't going to be found for a while unless you get really unlucky. Both of the outside locations for upload, those are so juicy. Just don't be there when the meeting is called. It is so loud. Electrical, that place is a maze. If you find like a little cranny that isn't really on the route through anywhere and someone's in it, kill there. If you find someone in that little spot at the top where you divert power, kill. Any of the bathroom stalls, those are really good spots. Meeting room, there aren't many reasons to go up there other than to call a meeting, and if someone's calling a meeting, well, they may as well call a body, you know? And, viewing deck, that's a pretty juicy one. Just hope your imposter friends don't call lights. And the little alcoves in the armory where you can't really see outside and they can't really see in, those are really good kill spots.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those are all the... Wait, there's one more. Or two more. The shower, like where you have to fix the shower head, that's a really good one. And the thing where you have to go on one landing and then memorize a pattern and then go all the way around the map and put in the pattern. Either of those spots, those are good spots. Those are all the low traffic spots that I can think of off the top of my head, and they are the best kill locations that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't even get into framing strats, because those are so iffy, and you don't want to do them unless there is so much sus on the other person and so little sus on you, and it is just so risky. I do not recommend doing it unless you're like a seasoned vet sort of thing. Like you've been around the block, you know what works, what doesn't. Just try not to do the framing strats.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Because if you do a frame, especially if confirm ejects are on, you're gonna have sus on you. And you never want to have sus on you. So yeah, I think that's about it. Any questions with anything? Anything you need clarification on? Any ideas?
No. I mean, no, I don't really have much to add. As it is, as I said in the beginning, I think I do know the game a bit. I haven't played it quite a lot.
Which does make you a perfect candidate for this one. Because you get to learn the new strats, but you also have some frame of reference for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Disguised Toast would not be a good candidate for me to rattle on about my strats to. He's toast. He has the best strats. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You want that middle ground for this. So, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, sorry it was short.
Hey, at least it isn't an hour and a half. It's just a long episode, not a full movie.
Mm-hmm.
My voice will not hate me tomorrow, I hope.
Hopefully not.
So, yeah. Have a good night. And to the viewers, thank you for watching. Please feel free to let me know if my strats helped you at all, or if they horribly, horribly betrayed you. If they betray you, I am sorry. And yeah, maybe consider subscribing if you like these little unfiltered podcasts. Anything you'd like to say?
For those who are into gaming, of course, I got my YouTube channel, which I think you're going to be leaving the link for, as you did with the last one. Yep.
Definitely check him out. He's got some really good content, some good horror content. I can't really watch much of it because of my own mental health issues, but I've watched bits and pieces and it's really good.
While a good majority of it is horror, not all of it is.
Yeah. And yeah, check him out. He'll be linked in the description and have his little end card. And I hope you enjoyed a couple of YouTubers just talking about Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
This is Transformed Podcasts, signing off.